Hey guys, I'm Jesus Chavez, and I was going to take a few moments and participate in this video project explaining my path to atheism and why I have chosen that as my belief for life. And yes, some people will argue it's not a belief, that it's a disbelief in gods, but if you say, I believe there is no gods, I consider that a belief nonetheless. So that's that. My path to atheism will have to be attributed to, childhood, growing up with an overbearing mother, split parents. Things happen as a consequence of those things that aren't very nice to talk about, and I can talk about those things. If anybody's interested, I can share those stories, but I can't put that on YouTube. It must have been middle school when I started having these doubts, and those doubts were seeds that they didn't begin to actually grow until I was halfway through high school, and I started going through all that teenage stuff on top of school, and then drama at home, drama with my cousins, family, whatever. It didn't start actually developing fully until then. I had a lot of family that were in the wrong path, and when I say that, I mean that they were down into the life of crime and drugs, and I don't just mean smoking weed, I mean heavier stuff. And I don't know all the details, and I'm glad I don't know because I don't want to know. Those are just a few examples of people that are Christians, and they use that as some sort of get out of the jail free card. You'll see criminals that have the Virgin Mary tattooed across their chest. They wear their crucifixes around their neck. They'll be these devout Christians, but then you see they have a record. And that's another red flag. You'll start thinking, wait a minute, there's no way this person's going to heaven. But if they repent their sins, they still will. I mean, what are the limitations on that? Are there limitations? It doesn't make much sense, does it? And that's what those are the kinds of questions I would ask myself. And it doesn't seem to me that it makes sense that it's very fair for that to happen when, say, a non-believer is a much better person, and maybe they made some mistakes, they've lied, maybe they've stolen a Snickers bar or something once in their life, and because they don't repent those minuscule things, they have a chance of going to hell. That I can't accept that. That's not a good system to go by. Those are the kinds of questions that were going through my mind in high school when I finally just fully developed into this atheist person. That's just how I started thinking about stuff. Started thinking much more logically, less faithfully. You can't just blindly go into situations thinking everything will be okay. You start thinking much more structurally. You become a much more dynamic person, in a sense. Not so much that you'll just go and do whatever. Like I said, you will plan ahead and have these backup plans and routes, and you'll live happier as a result. I know it's good every now and then to throw caution to the wind and do something stupid, but for the most part, I'm sure everyone knows what I'm talking about. I guess what we can talk about next is how I felt once I found myself being atheist. I guess I can't really say it was easy. I was always afraid that my parents would find out. I wasn't sure how people would feel about that if they were Christians. It didn't feel like there was very many people around. Yeah, there'll be people that have doubts, and honestly, I can say that most people in high school probably do have doubts. And if not, then they still have those doubts today as believers. And hopefully, if they do decide to make that transition they know that people are like this are around, and that we can be there for them as a support system. It wasn't a very big community of atheist people that I was able to go hang out with. There wasn't anybody like that. I did feel pretty lonely. As time went on into adulthood, I realized that there was a lot more people like that, and that made me feel really good about it. And hopefully we can find more people like that know that we don't need religion to be good. We don't need God to guide us into doing what's right. We form our own destinies. We know what's right and wrong. We pay the consequences for our mistakes. We need to depend on each other to do good things and make a difference in this community. And as an atheist, I'm proud to say that I am an ASO, and that I'll see you guys at the next meeting.